Hi, welcome to Pagan Goddess Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing the second reading for Gemini, the zodiac sign of Gemini, for the year 2021. I think I'm going to change this up just a little bit, just for this reading. So first, let's get first things first. This is going to be a general reading, so the same rules apply. Even though it's a zodiac reading, it's still general, collective. So that means take what resonates with you, leave the rest. If you find that it's starting to resonate with you later, days, weeks, whatever, remember that readings are timeless. You can always come back and re-watch them on let me see. You can always come back and re-watch them. The ones I'm going to do today for the year 2021, I'm not going to do an extended because I have a lot to get put out this week, and I still have a full-time job, and I work 6 days a week, so it kind of limits my time a little bit. There's a lot more that I would like to do for the channel, but it's growing and we're getting there. Okay. So I'm not going to do the extendeds for the yearlies. I will, however, probably be doing the monthlies right after that. So those will most likely have extendeds. I had some technical issues. I'm not very good with electronics. And if I can get everything to load back up on Patreon like it was initially, everything should be good. Okay, I think that's everything. If you like the channel, please hit like, subscribe, and share. If you are under the age of 18, please leave the site. YouTube has its rules, and I do have cards that have full frontal nudity, even though there's no sexual connotation. YouTube's guidelines are that you can't be on my channel if you're under age 18. Okay? And I wouldn't normally read for anybody under 18 anyways. So let's get started. Today I am going to do a Celtic cross. But I'm still going to pull from the oracle cards. And this is the Animal Spirit Oracle. I do pre-shuffle the cards so you don't have to listen to that for long periods of time. Okay? And your first card is the Dragonfly Spirit, and it says that truth transcends illusion. Okay. There we are. And I'm going to pull two from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. There we go. One more for Gemini, please. And it's White Witch. It says to be the light. You need to be the light. And we need one more for Gemini, please. One more for Gemini. Okay, and this is the Oracle, and it's telling you to wait for important information. Alright, so I'm going to do a Celtic cross and then clarify it. These videos are going to be a little bit longer than the normal videos, so I'll try to do what I can do. Okay, the Significator card. That is this is the card that represents the person that asked for the read, which would be the viewer. Okay. And this is rebirth. And this means that you've been through a transformation. And I'm getting this a lot. And I think it's because of all the restrictions that we've had with 2020. It caused a lot of people to have to reflect, to go through some kind of transition phase. So this is showing that you have done that. You've already done that. It's a new day. You're coming out new. It's almost like when the butterfly goes into the chrysalis. or when the or not grasshopper, when the caterpillar goes into the grasshopper, when the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and comes out as a butterfly. This is the butterfly. Okay, so we're gonna do the next card is basically your environment or what's going on around you. And this is the Knight of Swords. And he's usually rushing into things. This is he's rushing in. He's going to communicate. This is communication. He's very analytical, but he's not quite as composed as his parents, the king and or queen, and queen swords. Okay, so he can be a little more harsh or blunt. He doesn't have as much tact as his parents do. Okay, so the card that crosses that is walking away. I'm not gonna say this is usually when this would be like when Merlin used to do this. This is called resting and retreating. Okay, like Merlin would go do whatever he had to do, and he would use a lot of magic, and so he would go off and rest and retreat. Druids used to do it too, and that way they would recharge themselves. Okay, and the moon is eclipsed here. He's not seeing light, but if you see in the background, the 3 ships are still out there. Okay, they're just quite a ways out. You can't really see them, and he's going to find something. He's finding what he needs to guide him on his spiritual path. And he's walking away. He's leaving those cups. I mean, that may look crazy to you, but you know, perhaps those cups are filled with salt water. They're sitting there by the ocean, and then he can't drink out of those cups. Those are cauldrons. They're called cauldrons in this deck. I'm sorry. So the base of the card is the Lover's card. Okay, that's a major arcana card, and so is the Rebirth card. The base of the spread speaks most like it can be self-love, it can be other loves, but it's usually indicative of romantic love. In your recent past, it looks like the Shadow, and that's another major arcana card. So you definitely went through something, and that card is basically if you look at the card, look, the way the lovers are, they're not bound to each other. They're loosely bound. They can walk away anytime they want to. You know, this can be warning. It's usually a passionate relationship, but it can be. It can also. It's warning you not to let it be a toxic relationship, or not to be in a toxic relationship, and that you can walk away anytime you want to if you are in one. Okay, and at the top of the crown of the spread is the Fool. Okay, so with the Fool card, that's the energy of rebirth. That's, you're sitting next to each other. That's the beginning of that's the beginning of the journey. The tarots are actually called the Fool's Journey. And so he starts off on his journey. Okay, and he has everything he needs. He doesn't carry a lot with him because he doesn't have a lot. He has the stick that he's using to carry that bag is actually the wand. The bag itself is representing the cauldron, or cups in another deck, and he would be carrying inside that, he probably has a knife, which would be representative of the swords, and then he probably has a coin in there that would represent the pentacle, which would be pentacles in another deck. In this deck, it would be the shields. Okay, so he's carrying everything he needs. He has complete faith in himself. He has the dog with him. His dog is like, "Don't jump off the cliff." So, you know, he's protected. Spirit's protecting him, and it's also known as taking a leap of faith. Okay. So in the near future, we have the Two of Cauldrons, which is, again, that can be self-love, but that's usually indicative of a relationship coming in for you. Okay. So what it looks like is you either had a breakup it looks like you had a breakup, or you walked away from somebody for a while and got yourself together, because the base of the spread is love. Your past, however, is the Knight of Swords, which is stormy. If you look, it's very stormy. It could have been a really dramatic relationship. A lot of fights and arguments, harsh words, devil energy. It might have turned toxic, and you walked away to recover, to heal, to get past all that kind of energy. And then it looks like you came out, or you're coming out. You're in the process of coming out and into the rebirth, like you were reborn, or you're in the process of being reborn. You're in the process of the transformation, because at the overall energy of the read is the crown, and that's showing the leap of faith. And that means that somewhere in here, when you did that walking away, you did or are in the process of doing the healing that you need to take the leap of faith and move forward. And it looks like another relationship could be coming in for you in the near future. But this card represents you. Okay? And you can't see it, because you're so focused on those 3 cups at the bottom that you're not seeing that Spirit's trying to give you something. So this is the kind of love that is not toxic, and you might not be seeing it if you're in the process of healing for it. And that's why, so at this point, it's like you need to wait for information. That's why the Oracle is saying wait for important information. That, I believe, is going to be the truth that transcends the illusion. It may shock you. Someone may come up and tell you. This may be somebody you thought was you had in friend zone for years and never realized that they are actually in love with you or want to be with you. And while you're going through this, no matter how hard the healing is, remember to be the light. Because if you have to act as if, you have to act. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty today. I have dry heat where I'm at. So, it's telling you to be the light. Okay? Because whatever the environment was, it was pretty bad. This is a lot of conflict. This is a lot of conflict. So it is either bad where you are or where you were. Okay? And what are your hopes and fears? What are your hopes and fears? Please tell me what Gemini's hopes and fears were. Okay, so this is the High Priestess. So, and the High Priestess is telling you need to follow your intuition. Okay? She's the one that stands at the gate. That's the between here. That's between. Oh, I see why I have it over there. Whoops. She's the one with all the knowledge. She stands between the physical world and the veil. Okay. What's the probable outcome for Gemini, please, for the year 2021? Please tell me the probable outcome. Okay. Okay. It's showing me the page of cauldrons. So you may be getting a message of love, or somebody that, or you may be giving a message of love. But over here it shows in the recent future that the Two of Cups, which would be a love relationship. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, I think what it's telling you is while you work through this, you're doing a lot of hard work. And this can be on your abundance, but it can also be on your spiritual self. And I'm gonna get the Marchetti deck. This is the Marchetti Tarot Royale, I believe. I know it's the Royale. There we go. So, tell me what the rebirth was about. Okay. Well, the rebirth, there's communication. So I don't. I'm going to get another clarifier on that, and let's see what's going on there. Justice. Okay, so you had rebirth, and I think now you're going to be, because you did do that. You went back. You did do your healing, or you're in the process of doing your healing. You will have communication coming in. Sometimes those eight of wands is called Cupid's arrows too, and that means justice. Okay, you had justice. So either something was settled in court, is going to court, and will be settled in your favor, or if that's earthly, or it can be karmic justice, so that whatever went on in the past, justice, there was justice. Okay, please clarify the Knight of Swords. What's that doing in Gemini's reading? Why is that in there? Okay. This is the Page of Wands. Okay. And the Five of Cups. Okay, so it looks like this could be somebody rushing in. Not rushing in, but somebody trying to communicate something. You might be thinking about communicating to somebody, but you're really not past what you might not be really think you're ready. This speaks of grieving. He's grieving over the loss of whatever was in the cups, and whatever's in the cups is gone. It can't be retrieved. And in the meantime, he's not seeing that he's got, Spirit left him two gifts behind him, so he can't see it. So there's probably going to be a message coming in because he can't see it. And that means that, you have to go through the grieving process. You can't get stuck in that one period. Sometimes it takes a little longer to go through each step, and you don't actually realize you're doing it, but there are steps. And then, but you can get stuck in long periods for different reasons, And you had to take a time out, basically, and walk away and get your head together, okay? Because you're carrying a lot of heavy burdens, and you need to release them. So this guy is walking, look, he's walking past the stags, and the stags represent spirit, his ancestors, okay? And they're there to guide him on his journey. They can't help him carry the wands, because that would be interfering. He has free will. But they can guide him and give him encouragement while he's going through. Then I say he. It could be she. It's just the energy of the card is that, this is somebody, but that's somebody that's moving forward to release all those burdens. That is the end of a cycle as well. Okay. And once you complete the cycle, you can have complete happiness. Okay. Now at the base of the spread is the lovers. Now, so you have lovers past and present. So let's see what they say. Oh yeah. You definitely ended a cycle. That's 2 10s and they're right there between each other. I mean, oh, they're, well, okay. And that shows that it was a brutal cycle. You learned a lot of really hard lessons. Okay. And you walked away. You had to walk away. Okay. For whatever reason. Okay. Then there's 3 spilled cups, which may be reminiscent of the 5 of cups over there, where, you know, he's on his knees and see, he couldn't see the cups behind him in the other one. And this is where he's walking away and going to heal, rest and retreat. Okay, so in the past, you had a relationship and it was most likely toxic or not good. And you have the 4 swords. So that's, again, that's reminiscent of resting and retreating. That one, though, is more resting and reflecting. That's a more, that's what knights used to do after battle. He's literally laying on his coffin. It shows, it looks like a bed there, but that's actually his coffin. And what they would do is they would go into their tombs after a battle, if they were close to where their tombs were, and they would lie down and reflect on the battle itself, the fact that they survived, why did they survive, other people didn't, and where they were going in life, and were they fighting, was the cause worth what they were fighting for. And so you had judgment in the past, and that was spirit, because you were trying to rest and reflect, and you did walk away. Spirit judged in your favor. Okay. And so you went through your transformation, or, my God, you may still be going through it, and you became the Fool. And that means you're restored, you're rebirth, you're starting a new cycle. The Fool is the start of a new cycle. Rebirth is the start of a new cycle. 2 10s, that's the end of a cycle. And it came from resting and reflecting and resting and retreating. Okay? And now Spirit is, because Spirit gave you judgment, and you have justice too. So this is showing you your new path. All right? You're being given a new path. All right. And it's, I mean, it's illuminated, and the spirits are there. The stag is standing in between the two posts, and you have higher perspective. It gave you a lot higher perspective, and now you see your path. See the birds up there, that's a higher perspective. They look from higher, so they see things differently. And you don't want to be like the squirrel and just sit at home and store stuff, but you don't really be running around like the rabbit either. Okay? So, this is the start of a new journey. The 2 of Wands also represents making plans for the future. Making plans. Okay? Okay. And you may feel like you're just kind of stuck in this position for right now, or you're here to look at things from a higher perspective. You're trying to find that higher perspective, and you may be trying to find your path forward. Okay? So, the near future says that you have love coming in. Okay? You have love coming in. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's telling you to be patient. That's Temperance. You have a lot of major arcana cards. This is a really powerful reading. You know, that's not to belittle the work that you did after this relationship, this past relationship. Okay? And then you have the Six of Pentacles, which means that you're finding your balance, and it's just telling you to be careful. You know, where you, how you use your money. Do you know why you're giving the pentacles to the people that are asking for them? Do you know why you're doing that? Is one's need greater than the other? Or are you just throwing money at them to make yourself feel better? That's it. And another thing that can come with this card is, you know, you have to be in balance. Okay. You notice he has the scale, so you have to be in balance, and you can't give away more money than you make. I mean, you can, but you know, it's not good for your financial standing. And so I think he's telling you just to watch. Another thing that you can be, that people do, there's the old adage of, well, I wouldn't say it's an old adage, but, you know, did you buy the child a gift that they didn't need, like a computer, that keep them distracted, rather than spend time with them because they didn't really need the computer, they needed your time. Okay, so those are just things to think about in this new relationship, and it's telling you to be patient. It's coming in, and those are the things that you need to think about. I'm going to say within the relationship, or you know, coming up to the relationship. Okay, and you're not seeing it. It's either not around you yet, it may be still coming in, but you're not seeing it, and I think it's because you're still stuck in some of that energy from the past. And trust me, if you've ever gone through a bad relationship and you come out of it, you'd be like, love, oh hell no, 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 nope, 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 I'm gonna be single the rest of my life. You know, and eventually that feeling goes away too, and it's just you have to well, you have to learn how to love, and you have to learn to love yourself first too. There's that. But whatever it is, you're not seeing it coming in, so it's somebody. It might not be somebody you know. They may not have entered your life yet, and you may be like, she's crazy. How am I going to meet somebody? I got to stay in the house. It just, I don't know, but it happens. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, and what it's telling me is that if you're not seeing that, you're focusing on your work, and while that's a good thing, it's actually a very good thing. You're focusing on yourself, your career, your finances, your financial health, and that's a good thing, but not at the expense of not seeing your friends. Not, well, I mean, of course right now we might be seeing them on the computer, but the it's because it's coupled with that Five of Cups. It might be like you're trying not to see it, but at some point you will, and it's going to bring in the celebration of life. And okay, because your environment right now, you have a lot of conflict. You may still be in that relationship, but there is, or was, a lot of conflict. And you could have internal conflict too about, do I want to go out with anybody? No. You know, but you will have victory. That's victory. That's the victory parade. You're going to have victory over that feeling. And you're going to get past that conflict, whatever it was. Okay? And you're going to find your balance. That's the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is balance. You're finding that balance. And if you notice, that ship's behind them. So don't forget, in the midst of all this struggle, you still have ships that'll be coming in. Okay. And the High Priestess, please. please, for Gemini. Okay, you're feeling left out in the cold. Or you're afraid to be left out in the cold. That may be why you're not, you're either avoiding a relationship or you're not noticing that there's one available because you're feeling left out in the cold. Okay. And that's because you had a tower moment. Whatever you had, the foundation wasn't strong. Okay. And this illuminated it. Something happened that illuminated the lack of strength of the relationship. And you let that, oops, and you let the tower fall. Okay. Talk about flying everywhere today. All right. So you did let that tower fall. Okay. Or you're going to let the tower fall. And when you do that, you will have, after you do that and release all that, then somebody is going to come to you with an offer of love. Okay, that's your Ace of Cups energy, so Gemini. And yeah, this is whoever it is presenting as the Queen of Cups. There's somebody that's very, it could be male or female. It's the energy of the card. And she is very kind, loving, nurturing, and caring. Okay. One more for Gemini, please. Okay. Oh, yeah. And they're going to be a while. This is the Knight of Pentacles. They're slow. They're very, very meticulous. They're very well-versed. This knight was well-versed in war. He didn't get ambushed because he sent out spies. Or he sent out, what do they call them? Scouts. So he knew where the enemy was. So he's the guy that when he was inspecting the lands, he gets down off his horse, make sure there's no pests, insects infestation, and there's no blight or any other diseases that would kill the crops. The crops can look perfectly healthy from up high if you're sitting there, because a lot of times you can't see the pests. They're usually hidden in beneath the foliage, as well as disease. Like, a lot of times you can't see disease. All right, so this guy's very meticulous. I say guy because it's a knight, but again, energy. He's meticulous and he's very slow, but he also finishes he crosses the finish line. Some of the other ones don't make it, So, and it shows again that you're putting in a lot of hard work and your ships are back there. And it's telling me you're doing it because you did have a broken heart. So you decided to focus on your coins instead. And this is telling you to open up and follow your intuition. Because you do have love coming in. You obviously have a message coming in, because Oracle's telling you to wait for important information. And that truth is going to transcend that illusion that you're trying to feed yourself. And don't get caught up in this energy or in any mental energy that's going to drain you. It's telling you, just be the light, be yourself, be happy, be kind, okay? And be yourself. And if you do that and you're able to do all that, and love is coming for you. I mean, that's what it's saying in your future, but you have to let it in. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to do a couple of Archangel cards for you, and then we're going to wrap it up. It's a good reading. It's a powerful reading. Okay, and this one has a life review. It's Archangel Jeremiah. Oops. And it's telling you to take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's left unbalanced. And that's that Five of Cups energy I was telling you about. So you need to work on that, about opening up. Okay, one more for Gemini, please. Can I get more messages for Gemini? And then you have clear sentience. This is Archangel Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Okay. And at the bottom you have leadership, and it's Archangel Gabriel. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. All right. So I think you have a good future in store for you for 2021. You know, you've been through a lot in the past, and now it's time to move forward. And it looks like you're healing. You may have a little residual, you know, where you're focusing. Try not to focus so much on, I'm not telling you not to focus and do hard work, but try not to be so completely focused on work that you don't even see love coming in, or you refuse it. You know, be open to communication. I mean, you have free will. You don't have to just accept everybody. Use discernment. It's just that, you know, don't be afraid to open up and let love in. Okay? And I hope you like the reading. It's a really, really powerful spread. And you've done a lot of work. So, and you deserve love. So, if you like the reading, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. It makes the channel grow exponentially. I'm sorry, sometimes when I'm doing the cards, I stutter because the thoughts are coming so fast. It's coming faster than I can get it out of my mouth. That sounds crazy, but that's the way it works. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is your reading for the year 2021. And you have a great year. And I'll see you in a little while. I'll be doing extendeds probably for the monthlies if I can get the Patreon to work. Have a great day.